Welcome back. This is the Founder Story Playbook from invisible to unforgettable. And this is part 3 of the conversation. In the first and second part of the video, we talk about a different facet of the entire conversation, looking at the idea that you need to own your story, why you need to own your story. And in part 2, we talk about how to find your story. And it is very important you know how to find your story, because we're talking about the idea that if you just collect all the raw material, that is not really story. An event might have happened that you are involved in, that is not really story. But if you know how to narrate that story, if you know how to craft it in line with what you are doing, why you are doing what you are doing, then it becomes a powerful instrument in your business, because now people understand why they should buy your service, even though it costs more than some other persons. Because now, in most of, at least for most of the clients that we are serving, they are offering premium services, not just commodity. Premium services mean that in the video one of this conversation, I make an example of t-shirt. And sometimes you can buy a t-shirt for $10 or $5, but the same t-shirt, you can actually buy it for maybe $50 or $150, depending on the story, depending on the value that is promoted with that t-shirt. All that basically say that the t-shirt that you are buying for $150 and the t-shirt that you are buying for $5 is going to have the same function. It doesn't mean that because you buy a t-shirt for $150 or for $50, it's going to do more than what a t-shirt of $5 or $10 is going to do for you. It's just a shirt. You wear it so that it covers you. That's all. But the story in it changes everything. The story in it changes everything. It's a story that transforms it from being a commodity to becoming a premium service. So if you're offering a service, you are tired of charging maybe $10 or $150, you want to take it up to maybe $1,000, $150,000. Why not $10,000 in your coaching service? What you are missing is not even the service, it's a story. Because the story is what transforming from a commodity service to a premium service, because people buy the story. This is why it has a story to asset framework. We take the time to let you know how to own your story. In fact, the first part in the 3 phases in it is that we talk about clarity. We have to clarify your story so that in a period of less than 1 month, you have your story in front of you. And everything from that moment actually need to pass through that story like the blinder. You see, when you take a horse to the street, I think you will have it in places like New York or in Rome or also in Milan and also here in Verona. Because you are living in the city, you take a horse to walk around, of course, usually by rich people. You don't want the horse to be distracted by all the moving things, all the shiny things in the city. You put a blinder on the horse so that the horse basically walk like this. No, this way the horse is not distracted. So what we are doing with our founder and service-based business owner is that we give them the blinder, which is their story. And by the time you have your story serving as a blinder, you are not distracted by all the shiny things. You don't care about the competition. Nobody can compete with you. I tell you, believe me, nobody can compete with you because you are living within your story. You shape your narrative because you are unique. You were born magnificently made. You came from different parents. You have a different mission in this world. So nobody have the same mission like you. Nobody have the same experience like you. They might be similar, but they are different. There are not 2 people that are exactly the same in this world. So your story should be like that. If you own your story, if you know your story, and you really own it, master it, then your story can definitely make way for you in this world, in your business environment. In the first and second part of the video, we talk about that you have a story. That was the premise. And of course, I demonstrated it to you. And the second part of the video, we talk about the fact that you can actually find your story. For that moment, somebody might say, okay, let's just go and start broadcasting the news everywhere. Let's go and start broadcasting the story everywhere. But that is not how it works. It doesn't work like that. Because if you do like that, you might actually end up wasting a lot of time. That is why I was making an example of the bullhorn method. Why I'm saying you should avoid that is that when you just keep broadcasting your story everywhere you go, on Instagram or Facebook, on LinkedIn, you become part of the noise. Because the bullhorn method, if you know what is a bullhorn, is that you're going to be attracting the vanity metrics, of course, but not qualified lead. The difference between qualified lead and just ordinary lead or the generality of the people is that they might not necessarily be the people that you want to serve. They might be people that you can serve to, because maybe they need something, but they might never be able to get the value that you are providing for them because they are not your ideal client. Ideal client are those people that are really matching your service. They are matching your service because they match the objective that you have. There is a mission that you have. That is a vision that you have as a business owner. When you are crafting that vision, and of course, it return us back to what I was saying before, that in our story to asset framework, when we talk about the first part, which is the clarity, we also pay attention to who do you want to serve. Because you cannot create a product without knowing who you are creating it for. It's not going to work. So when we are doing the clarity call, we also identify who are you clarifying this for? Who is the target audience? Because when you know the target audience, now the communication is going to be different. The way you say that this message is going to be different. So that we're never going to tell you to just start broadcasting it everywhere. No, you don't do that. That is a waste of resources. There is no guarantee that your story will resonate with everybody. It shouldn't resonate with everybody. There are over 5 billion people on the internet. You don't want to serve all of them. Believe me, you don't. So you need the people, the type of people whom, when they look at you, your story must resonate with them. Those are the people you are creating content for. Those are the people that you want to serve in your business. So you need to identify them. We help you to identify these in the clarity call. Your story is not meant for everyone. Make no mistake about that. It is highly specific narrative designed to resonate with the exact pain point of your ideal customer. It's about attracting the right people. Not all the people. You don't need all the people. You need ideal client, people who are part of your vision. When you are clarifying what you want to do, you can see them literally closing your eyes. You can see them. You can even have a name for them, the age. You can even understand what is the challenge that they are going through. Because your solution is based on that. Your solution is not based on anyone can go. No, it doesn't have to be like that. So the best way to go for it is a 3-step development plan. Identify your ideal audience. Find their channel and deploy. Don't announce. Don't announce. Deploy your message. These 3 points are important in the sense that it conditions how you communicate, how you talk, how you share your message. For example, the kind of message you share on LinkedIn or how you approach posting on LinkedIn is different from how you post on YouTube. And that is different from how you post on Pinterest. That is different from how you post on Facebook or Instagram. They are all social media, but you can see they are not all the same. So knowing where your audience is hanging out is fundamentally important because that ends up conditioning how you send your message to them. You cannot underestimate the importance of this because it affects everything you do, everything. You need to be strategic about the entire process. You cannot just throw out your story out there, share your story just anyhow. You need to be strategic, really highly, highly strategic about it. Identify who feels the origin wound. You remember we talked about the origin wound before? Most accurately, if you need to spend a lot of time on it, do it because it's going to save you a lot of time much later. Where do they gather? Where are they hanging out? Are they on Facebook? Are they on Instagram? Are they on LinkedIn? Maybe subreddit, newsletter, or forum? Where do they actually hang out? After you do that, then you move to the deploy. Don't post. Weave your story into a helpful answer or a valuable comment. Be specific, targeted, well-curated story, well-curated post, well-curated content that talk about who you are, what you do, who you do it for, what they are going to benefit from you, and of course, it's going to end with a call to action. All this need to be clear so that they can take the right action. So remember, you have a story in your layers. Use the compass to clarify it, and use the whistle to amplify it. Make sure that you are heard by the right people. You now have your story, you know where to find it, You know how to deploy it to get the result for what you are doing.